Ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly time to hear from the wedding party, but before we do, is everyone having a good time? That was actually quite a good cheer. I thought that was going to be fairly feeble, I was going to have to make you do another one, but actually no, let's do another one anyway. Is everyone having a good time? Okay, that is particularly good, thank you. So before we start, I'd like to introduce myself properly, because probably not too many of you know who I am. I'm a good friend of Chris's, and we've known each other for, I think, over about 17 years now, maybe more actually. And I can assure you I've got some cracking stories I could tell you about him. I'm pretty sure that's why he's asked me to be the Toastmaster, so I'm silenced for a bit longer. So I'm going to have to leave some of the best stories for Adam a little bit later. Don't worry, Chris, the truth will come out eventually. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the speeches, the best part of the evening. And first up is the dashing Joe Ross. Some say he's the most fortunate man in the room, because he has such a beautiful bride as his daughter. Some say he's the most unfortunate man in the room, because he now has Chris as a son-in-law. I say he's the honourable father of the bride. Please put your hands together for Joe.
Hello again. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes. Well, a few months ago, while Georgina and Chris were away on holiday, I received an early morning text message from Chris. Could you ring me in a few minutes about something, is what it said. Well, I prepared myself to offer help for a long list of eventualities. Lost passports, stolen cameras or credit cards, or perhaps just running out of money. Then it dawned on me, as he was in Las Vegas, maybe he wanted my advice on a system for scooping the jackpot. Well, he did indeed want my help to scoop the jackpot. He was ringing me to ask if he could marry Georgina. And so I'm standing here alongside Jackie with a great sense of pride, thanking you all for coming to this marvellous celebration. As a professional project manager, I'm trained to identify risks and create contingency plans to cope with them. We started planning this wedding some months ago, and if I had said to Georgina, there is a risk of a volcano erupting and creating an ash cloud that will stop the planes flying, I think she would have consigned me to the loony bin. Anyway, as we all know, the ash cloud continues to lurk. I don't have a contingency plan for ash, but luckily all our long-distance travellers are with us. Although I've only met some members of Chris's family, I've already made some wonderful new friends, especially Joan and Ed, who have particularly happy faces today, of course. Several family members and friends have made today simply outstanding. I'm sure we all appreciate our team of beautiful bridesmaids. Millie, Kathy and Nicola have added a lot of glamour to today. Millie was also a bridesmaid yesterday, so it is especially nice that she is here. Then there is Arthur, what a wonderful page boy. Adam, you are definitely a very dapper best man, carrying out your duties very efficiently. And I'd also like to pay special thanks to our ushers Tim and Alex, and to Nick for acting as our very own Toastmaster. Now, we are all very grateful to my wife Jackie for the hard work she has put into today. Jackie, you look as beautiful as ever. And this is the important bit. Of course, without you, Jackie, we wouldn't be here this evening. Or you wouldn't. Chris, This is the time when I'm supposed to tell you all about Georgina. Some things you will have discovered for yourself, but there may be a few surprises lurking. For example, she is an expert in First World War military machine guns. So Chris may want to watch out. She was terrible at keeping secrets. She used to tell Nicola what her birthday presents were going to be and where they were hidden. And she used to have weird eating habits. She insisted on eating a very simple main dish, spaghetti with sugar, whenever we went to smart Italian restaurants. Chris will be aware that Georgina started her career as a banker. Even though she is an early morning person, I think she got fed up with the routine of 7 a.m. meetings, hurried lunches, and huge salaries. So she decided to move into the calmer atmosphere of recruitment. But her desire to help others proved too strong, and she eventually found a job which really motivates her because it directly benefits charities. She works as a project manager, and this is the piece that you need to note, Chris. Georgina has strong powers of persuasion and persistence. This means that she will persuade you to do whatever she wants. And if you don't really agree with her, she will keep on and on and on at you until you eventually change your mind. Believe me, as Georgina's father, I recommend that you just give in from the beginning. She is always right, and she never forgets. Occasionally, I had to dig my heels in and say no. For example, when Georgina argued that having won a school scholarship meant that I was saving a large amount of money each year, and therefore she should be entitled to some of this money. Bit of shrewd financial calculation. Georgina surprised us from an early age. I hope you're ready for these examples, Chris. On her first day at infant school, the teacher was about to write Georgina's name at the bottom of her drawing when she realised that Georgina had already done so. A few months later, the headmistress told us that Georgina was definitely a high flyer, and she was still only 5. Her favourite word was why, and she regularly used the excuse, I didn't know. Parents' evenings throughout secondary school were thoroughly boring affairs for Jackie and I. We became irrationally jealous of the other parents who had long discussions with each teacher about their child's pace of learning. We waited ages while the other parents discussed all sorts of issues about their kids' learning and attitudes. But when it was our turn to discuss Georgina, all we got was a 1-minute chat. It was rather like going through the Green Channel at customs. Nothing to say, as everything was perfect. There was one notable exception. The English teacher who told us she got fed up when Georgina rolled her eyeballs as a sign of impatience at the slow pace of the classroom teaching. And I sympathised with the teacher at the time. Cuddly animals and toys attracted Georgina. I must tell you that Georgina has always hankered after 3 cuddly things. She now has all of them. The first cuddly thing that she has always wanted is sitting right here at the top table beside her. It's Chris, of course. The second cuddly thing, which we never allowed her at home, is a cat. And Chris has provided Georgina with 2 cats. The third cuddly thing is something that Georgina used to see demonstrated in large toy shops. A cuddly toy dog that makes yapping noises. Despite Georgina's persistence, I always refused to buy one, but I changed my mind this week and went to Hamley's. The switch is underneath me, you need to stop it. At the risk of being sexist, as the father of 2 girls, I hope to encourage some male activities when playing with toys.